when it comes to the overall captains of the Gote 13, looking at them as a whole, it is fair to say that there are quite a few of the captains who are more popular than the others. And out of those few that are popular, you have maybe that one or two that are more popular than the popular captains. In my personal opinion, I do see that there's, out of the popular captains, out of the top three, when it comes to the popularity, is Toshiro Hitsugaya, Kenpachi Zaraki, and of course Byakuya Kuchiki. And that is who we are talking about today in this week's character analysis, the captain of Squad 6, Byakuya Kuchiki. Now, before we get into that, if this is your first time coming to my channel, thank you for coming to spend a little bit of time with me. If you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button, as well as give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy what it is that I'm doing, because that helps the channel out a lot within the YouTube community. So, doing pretty much all my research on Byakuya, the one thing that I can basically say is that he is pretty much, he's the one that has gotten most of the character development throughout the entire series. From his time of pretty much being a quote-unquote enemy of the anime or the series in general, during the Soul Society arc, to basically being the not necessarily the antagonist, but pretty much the not the antagonist, but this, kind of the character that is basically doing what needs to be done for the sake of the Soul Society in the Wako Mundo and the Fate Card Kurotan arc, and to transitioning into said hero in the Thousand Year Blood War. Now, I'm pretty sure you're like, okay, you're looking like, how does that, like, how did he go from enemy to hero? Well, from when we first meet Byakuya, he is one of the captains, but he is the head of the Kuchiki clan, which is one of the 4 noble households. Now, he, appearance-wise, he has long black hair, and he keeps 3 locks over his face, as well as 2 locks kind of drifted to the side with like these clamps. I forgot what you call them, but he of course wears a his hihasho with his captain's jacket, but he wears a white cloak around his neck to symbolize that he is from the Kuchiki clan. Now, he's a very, very quiet man. He doesn't say much. He basically, like, he'll tell you what it is that he needs to tell you, and then he'll just, go on from there. Byakuya really is one of my favorite captains. He is, I have 3 top favorite captains. He's number 2. My first favorite captain is Mayuri Kotosuchi, and then Byakuya as number 2, and then number 3 is Karako Shunsui. Now, what I love about Byakuya is the fact that he is a business type of man. Like, and when I say that, like, if he was a part of the real world, he'll pretty much be the CEO of a very, very world-known company. And that's how he presents himself. He presents himself as a man of business, that I'm only here to do what needs to be done. I have no time for chit-chat, so let's just get on with it, right? Well, In the Soul Society arc, his whole point was to basically kill his younger sister, Rukia Kuchiki. Reason why is because Central 46 gave the order to have her killed, because by soul by Soul Society law, if a Soul Reaper was to transfer their powers to a human, then that's basically considered a felony crime. So Central 46 wanted her dead. Byakuya, being the type of man that he is, because he upholds the laws the way that they should be, he sought out to make sure that this was done. Now, the reason why he was so bent on having Rukia executed was the fact that he promised his parents before they died that he was going to make sure that the Kuchiki name was upheld the way that it needed to, and that he wasn't going to bend no rules. He wasn't going to lax on any rules, nothing. He was just going to make sure that things got done the way that they should. But he was also conflicted because his deceased wife, I cannot remember her name. I want to say Isane, but no, Isane is Unohana's lieutenant, but it's his wife's name is kind of somewhere along that trend of pronunciation. So forgive me for not remembering her name, but Byakuya's wife is the older sister to Rukia. And so she was on her deathbed, and she asked Byakuya to watch over her. He did, he had to go find her, though. Because when Rukia was born, Rukia and her sister's parents, can't remember if they died or what happened, but she wound up taking care of Rukia for like a little bit, realized that she couldn't, so she abandoned Rukia. But she tried for years to find Rukia because she did regret the fact that she let her younger sister go. So she asked Byakuya to find Rukia and take care of her. And Byakuya promised that he would. And then when she died, he sought out Rukia and found out that she had actually became a member of the Soul Reaper Academy. And so once Rukia graduated, he adopted Rukia into the Kuchiki family under the Kuchiki name. And so where his conflictions come in at is the fact that he needed to have her dead because that was the rule of, the crime that she committed. But he didn't want to have it go through because that was his sister. And so with his fight with Ichigo basically was the one to make him realize that, dude, this is your sister. Forget the household name. Forget the rules and the laws of this place. This is your sister. And so we then begin to see that slight change in Byakuya's character as well as personality. Now, when we see the fight of Byakuya and Ichigo, when Ichigo reveals his Bankai for the first time, he kept pushing, Ichigo kept pushing for Byakuya to reveal his Bankai. Now, Byakuya's Zanpakuto, Senbon Sakura, is actually, not only is Byakuya my favorite character, but his Zanpakuto, Senbon Sakura, is my favorite Zanpakuto as well. Because Byakuya's call out is Scatter, Senbon Sakura. And the blade itself, because he holds his sword like this, above his, or in front of his face. And like when he says scatter, the blade will like kind of diminish into small little pink petals, which are cherry blossoms. And mind you, cherry blossoms are my favorite flower. And so when he goes Bankai, Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi, a lot of because he drops Senbon Zakura into the ground. Somehow it just like merges into the ground, and you see a lot of blades, almost like 1,000 blades pop up in his background. And so with Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi, he's able to control the excuse me, the petals a lot more fluently, because the petals are, even though they look like cherry blossoms, they're actually smaller blades. And I just love that concept. Now, once Ichigo basically defeated Byakuya, Byakuya did say that he wasn't going to pursue Rukia anymore, and that he was just going to leave it alone. Well, come to find out, we find out that Aizen was the bad guy this entire time, and everything with that. So after the Soul Society arc, we don't really see much of Byakuya again and whatnot. But during the Arrancar arc, we see more of him during the Mundo arc, as him and Kipachi had went to Mundo to basically let Ichigo know, hey, get yourself together, head back to Karakura town and whatnot, so that they can fight Espada 10 Yami. And so now the thing is, Ichigo was he's like one of those stubborn type characters, because he didn't want to go, he wanted to stay, help fight. And so of course Unohana had went to heal everybody that was in Mundo, but then Byakuya said that no, you need to go. You are a substitute Soul Reaper. Your main priority is to save Karakura town. So we begin to see that small change and whatnot, because at first he despised Ichigo, and now he's calling Ichigo, the protector of his hometown. Now, where everything gets very, very interesting at is during the 1,000-Year Blood War. Byakuya fights Sternritter F, the Fear, Asnot. And Asnot has this ability to where he can basically bring out your true fears, right? So during that fight, he had, like, his fear, come to find out, is him losing Rukia. Now, I forgot to mention this earlier, or not too long ago, but during the Mundo arc, Byakuya did go and to search for Rukia, and so he wound up coming across Espada 7, Zomari Ryu. Rukia was basically laid unconscious after her fight. I forgot which number this Espada is. I think it's Espada 9, Erinero. And so now Zomari was just doing his job. Found the enemy. He was going to take Rukia out and stuff. That's just like he bared no personal grudge against her. He was just doing what he was told to do. But then here comes Byakuya, and he blatantly asks, are you the one that did this to this woman? And so Zomari is like, no, I just found her here. It's my job to take her out. She technically is an enemy. So of course Byakuya and Zomari get into a fight. Byakuya gets the one up on Zomari. Zomari, basically before Byakuya killed Zomari, Zomari is like, see, this is why we hate each other. You Soul Reapers come and kill us Hollows, all because the fact that we eat other Hollows and other humans just so that we can survive. You think that you're higher and mightier than us. And Byakuya was like, no, I'm not killing you for that. Like, what you do in your spare time, that is all on you. The reason why you're dying by my hands on today is because you drew your sword on my pride. And when he said that, it cut over to Rukia. And again, we then see the love that he has for his younger sister. Now, going back to his fight with Asnot in the 1,000-Year Blood War, the imagery that Kubo did when it came to Byakuya's fear, and I have my manga set right here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, because the image, like pretty much the image and whatnot, like, okay, so this one right here. Let me see if I can find it, because like the way Kubo had did this was like, it literally like threw me off and whatnot. All right, give me a second. Here we go. Like, okay, so of course Rukia is Byakuya's pride. Asnot brought out the fear of Byakuya, right? This Rukia, then that. Like, and it's just like, why? Like, how? And so now, of course, there was no like explanation and everything of why Kubo drew it like that. But from what I picked out was the fact that he has a fear that something is going to happen to Rukia that she cannot come back from, and that he cannot save her. That's just what I got out of it. Now, of course, with the Stern Ritter, you know, all the Stern Ritter have the ability with these medallions to steal Bankai. So, of course, Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi was stolen. And so, basically, Asnot almost like killed Byakuya with his own Bankai. And that right there should have been the ending to Byakuya's character. Because basically the way that he was written was that he, you know, Ichigo comes to save everybody in the Soul Society. Byakuya is pretty much embedded and engraved in, you know, the side of a wall, and he's all bloodied, he's beaten and stuff. It starts to rain. Byakuya asks, "Where's Renji and Rukia? Are they all right?" Ichigo says yes. He was like, "Good. Take care of the Soul Society. Save the Soul Society. You're our only hope." And that right there was going to be a good ending to Byakuya's character. And see, now, going back 100 years in the Turn Back the Pendulum arc, when Byakuya was just a teenager, he was actually a loudmouth. He was, you know, that arrogant, you know, chatty teenager. But due to the death of his parents, his grandfather, who was the former captain of Squad 6, after they passed, you know, he kind of, I guess, got, you know, real stern and more serious and whatnot. And so Byakuya does, you know, survive and whatnot. And that really was disappointing to me that because I do ask, should have Byakuya died? Now, the thing is, one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Tomo 2084, he did a video on this, should have Byakuya died. I'll put a link to his channel in the description so that you guys can go check him out. But Byakuya, me personally, Byakuya is one of the best written characters. It goes from enemy to antagonist to hero. And I just love, of course I love Byakuya's, character design. I do love, his overall story, the way that he, is and stuff. Waco Mundo, like that really right there is my favorite of him fighting Zomori and telling Zomori it's not the fact that you do what it is that you do. I'm killing you because you raised your blade to my pride. The fact that, he damn near sacrificed himself so that the enemy can be taken care of. And I, of course, because of Byakuya's popularity, Kubo couldn't kill him off, even though he wanted to. And you can tell that he wanted to kill Byakuya off. And even though I would have been sad, I would have been okay with that, because at least he had a good closing. So, that right there is, I guess you could say, the overall story and life of, Sir Byakuya Kuchiki. I'm going to end it right here. And so I thank you guys once again for pretty much spending time with me. Again, if this is your first time here on my channel, thank you guys for coming out, and thank you for everything that you guys are doing. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button, as well as give this video a thumbs up, because it does help my channel out a lot in the YouTube community, as well as hit that notification bell so that when I do content just like this every week, you guys will be the first to know. So this has been your boy Scrib, and I will see you guys next week.